I'm
Oh,
sorry for
shoot.
what I did. Forgive
She,
me, boy.
she's in key. She in key.
Happy Tuesday, guys. I'm Darlene. I work at New Image Hair Salon. My handle is The Real She Cuts. And I always tell the people to come see me and let me make them over.
That's
Oh,
right.
Okay.
And I am Sweet Melody, aka Sweets. You can find me on all platforms at Sweet Melody. Melody is my name, so it's spelled Mellodye. And Force M.Ds. Force
hey, yo,
Hey, we are so happy that you guys came to see us.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And I'm really excited because and I'm grateful that you guys are blessing me with an award,
That's
the
right.
community award. Tell me about the award because that's a big deal. Like I'm
No,
And it
no,
is
it
excited.
is.
well deserved.
Let me say something. We go from city to city. And what happens is, for us throughout the years, us touring, going from city to city, we notice that it's so many people we run into, especially when we stay in the city for a period of time, that's doing so many instrumental things in the community, helping people out. But it's just like we don't think that they getting enough, attention or appreciation for what they're doing because they don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Somebody got to do it, but you don't have to do it. But the fact that you do it, we take that we take that extra step and to make sure that we know that we recognize and acknowledge what they're doing. You know what I mean that they're giving back, and that's like what more could you do and give back and help. I mean, and bring value to the community, or even help somebody who really needs help. And that's important. It's instrumental. A lot of fraternities we work with too, the deltas. We work with a lot of different fraternities, but we always like to know who's doing what in the community when we come by, and we want to make sure that when they come out and have fun with us, everybody in the community know that we know what they up to as well. You know.
That's a beautiful thing. And my friend is so well deserved of this award that she is receiving because she really fights hard for her community. She goes well for her community. She helps a lot of people with outreach programs for her community and at her business. She gives a lot back to young kids that want to be into the music, engineering, plays,
That's right.
etc. So it is definitely well deserved. And it's an honor to have this award coming from you guys as well.
We did, Miss Miller, we did hear that you had a little situation fighting a lot of senior citizens. Is that something that you want to talk about?
um, Fighting senior citizens.
Yes.
Or fighting for the senior citizens.
I'm talking about actually
Correction.
pushing senior citizens in the middle of the street. We was looking into this.
No. If anything, she helps them. If they
I
have a
know.
problem,
No.
they call her.
I'm gonna help them walk across the street and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna carry them across the street. The seniors
That's what's
love
up.
sweets. Yes.
That's what's up.
Because they
That's what's
know
up.
if it's any smoke, they know who to call. I don't
Yeah.
care what's going on with them. They know
That's
they could
what's up.
call me and I'm gonna fight for them.
That's right.
That's my makeup. That's what I do. And honestly, that's where the nickname Sweets came from. Being into music. My husband, he passed away 7.5 years ago, but we started this recording studio together. So I've been here for 15 years, 7.5 without him. And but we've been in the music business all our whole relationship. So that's since '94. So all
Wow.
they know is us in the
Hmm.
community with music and giving back to the kids, you know. So within this business, we have a nonprofit called the Lift Foundation, which is an acronym for Learning is Fun Too. And everything that we do in the studio, we teach back out in the community.
That's dope.
And Dolo, rest his soul,
oh,
he created that because he grew up in the hood, in the projects. And if he had a foundation like that, resources like that, he would have made different decisions. So it's important that we keep our ears to the street and we try to help the kids in the community try to navigate. And since Dolo's passing, I actually created another nonprofit called the Dolo Foundation, which is an acronym for Death of Loved Ones. So because people,
Wow, that's dope. You
us,
coming up with some dope acronyms. I'm loving
yeah,
them acronyms. Yeah.
thank you, thank you. So people
Yeah.
see me and my daughter, they look at us as a pillar of strength because Dolo and I were the Jay-Z and the Beyonce, the Peaches and Herb, the Ashford and Simpson. You never seen Sweets without Dolo, you know. So to see me still standing is a big deal. So people look for resources, you know, and I share them with them under the Dolo Foundation.
Yeah,
You know,
hey guys, Zaim and Khalil, does
Yeah.
she? You sound like a friend of ours from Delaware named Dez. You have the same tone and voice. You sound just like. If I close my eyes, I don't think Dez is talking. You sound just like one of.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't think so?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
No,
Yeah.
I
See,
the
I can
Dez
hear.
talk.
I know Darlene looked like Cynthia's daughter,
Yes.
Kyla.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's pretty. So don't worry, she's pretty.
That's
yeah,
okay. We all have lookalikes, right?
yeah. And
Yes.
sound alikes. But now I want to hop on you guys for a minute. What's been going on with the Force MDs? I mean, so we're going back to first of all, I seen you guys live in Bridgeport, and I was young. I probably was 14 or 15 years old. So we going back. All right.
Wow.
And I was going in when that tears, not another, not a tears, not another, not a. So who sings that? Oh, the tears. Tell me whose part is who. Now that we have everybody together, who's the high voice? Who's the tenor? Who's everybody?
Well, my nephew Zaim is singing.
I was just born, so yeah,
Yeah. My
I
nephew,
was
my nephew is singing a lot of the high parts. Me and him go back and forth on different high parts, but he's singing some of the main high parts, and his voice is golden and is sweet. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Silky smooth.
Silky
Okay.
smooth.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the main lead singer, one of the main, was out. Me and Khalil's brother, TC. That's our brother. He passed away, but we've been and we could talk about that later on. The group members that we lost, but we are definitely here, still carrying the legacy, keeping the dream alive. So people are gonna be very impressed when they see us still holding it down. Like they're gonna think it's three people. They're gonna think it's five because we still hold it down. God blessed us with the vocal ability to keep the sound going to this day, and we're definitely looking forward to performing for the people out there.
That's
Nice.
beautiful.
Yeah. I'm
Because
looking forward to it too.
Zaim is our nephew. Zaim is our sister's oldest son,
Yeah,
and our sisters are going to be performing as well with us. They call Fiji,
Okay.
and Zaim's mother sounds like Tony Braxton, and our other
Mhm.
sister Gwen, she kind of sounds like Stephanie Mills. They both
Yeah.
get down for the crown. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
That sounds
your
Yeah,
nice.
family is blessed with the voices, huh?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
y'all kids?
It's a family thing. It's a lot of family. Our whole family sings.
That's beautiful.
The Force M.D's group altogether was mainly family members. Most of us were related in the family. So the only one guy that wasn't related to us was Trisco, but all the rest of us were all related. Jesse was our uncle. Batisi's my brother. Khalil's my brother. Zaim's our nephew. Mercury's a second cousin. So we all pretty much related.
Nice.
Okay. All right. That's
Jesse was the uncle.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. So um first of all, my condolences to all the members that have come and gone. But I have to go back to that, because I just told you that DOLO is an acronym now, Death of Loved Ones. And it's important that when people see people like us, that we share, that we be transparent about grief, because it's not easy, but we have to keep going. So, what are some of the things that you guys do or have done throughout the years to keep going? Because it's hard when you take a loss like that, to get up and pick up the pieces and continue the legacy. Hence why I'm still here in the studio with you guys doing what. So this podcast is called The Platform. Dolo and I had a TV show called Platform TV. So y'all are part of my journey and continuing the legacy by being on here. So, like I was saying, what would you share with somebody else that that think that we don't hurt or you don't hurt or you don't grieve? What do you do?
Well, definitely a lot of prayer. We definitely pray a lot. We pray before every shows. We have our little meditation time. We meditate because it's not easy, because you bump into a lot of groups that lose one member. Temptations is a group that reminds us of ourselves because they lost a lot of guys in their group, and they'll say, "Hey, Otis is still." They calling me Otis because I was in the group the longest, and but it's definitely a lot of prayer and knowing that what we're doing is for them as much as it's for us. It's for them because I know if they was here, because some of them that passed away was always some of their last words. Hey, y'all got to keep going. Y'all got to keep it going.
Right.
The memories, just thinking about that really hurts. But that's why we put a lot of emotion into what we do on stage because heartfelt that we sing. We sing with a lot in our heart, and it definitely comes through on our performance on stage. And we got to say, man, we got a real good movie when it does come out one day of our lives because we've been through so much, and we just try to spend time right now.
Okay.
I would like to ask a question.
Yeah, sure, go.
So, you see groups come and go every day, and like, what are like some of the obstacles that you go through? Because a lot of groups, they break up on the financial side. Like, what do you guys do to, keep it going? Because, one person always want to go off and do their own thing, or either they feel like they're not getting paid enough. Like I know obviously you do it for the money and to stay afloat, but like what are the obstacles that you come up against? What are
Well,
some of the obstacles that you come up against?
well, a lot of that stuff happens, us being seasoned and being experienced and been through a lot for as a group from all different type of, avenues that people go through being in a group from, egos to drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. We done walk through all them doors. So the best thing, that I would tell people is to try to be crystal clear and what your intentions are and what your motives are and communicate effectively. And that's what keeps the understanding understood. It makes everybody comfortable. Even if somebody is doing some solo stuff, it's cool. I mean, do what you do. As long as we, it's like when Wu-Tang says, when we throw the W up, everybody just come and make sure we come and do what we do. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Right.
It's kind of like having that understanding, like, because it's the industry is, like I said, it's like it ain't just singing and writing and producing. It's a lot. It's entertaining. Whatever you can do to entertain and add on to what you're doing, it's really no boundaries. It's just that you don't want to be in a position where you mislead people and don't show up or lie about not showing up or do things that missing shows and stuff like that, do anything that makes anybody else lose money, intentionally, or you know what I mean, or with bad intentions. But like I said, we don't walk through that. We don't walk through them storms already because tough. What they said, tough times don't last. What tough people do. So we tough. So we've been at
Right.
it. We've been at it. So we, like when you said earlier, Melody, we're continuing the legacy. We've been up and running for a long time, and it's like we know we're pretty much cleared at all the different obstacles that take place. And like I said, we do projects together. Like we do songs. Okay, so when we do any songs, we're gonna get booked. If somebody get booked, we got somebody else to fill in for that person if it's something that's really beneficial or there's something they really need. We got it set up like that so we can win. Because you got to have that foresight to understand that this is just the way it is. You know what I mean? The business the way it is. you
And
know.
So you have structure. That's good. Just structure
Yeah.
life and everything. That's a good thing, you know.
But let me go back to something that Melly said about the grief thing, because I'm a certified life coach myself,
Oh,
and what
nice.
what I want to say about that is that grief is something like Melody, you said, you have to be able to deal with it and understand that it's going to pass and it's going to come back and, come back. But you're going to have to deal with it, and you got to, be strong and be strong for other people as well as yourself. So,
Hmm.
it's about, being strong and like what you doing, Melody. We applaud you because, like I said, with you lost your husband, you still holding it down. We don't lost 4 or 5, but we still holding it down. Like I
Mhm.
said, it's that strength and continuing that legacy that was important, because you got a purpose, you know what I mean, and you fulfilling that purpose, and then once you knee deep in that purpose, you get that motivation, you keep that passion going, because you don't want to sit on the sideline and just be crying all day like, oh
Hmm.
man, ain't nobody gonna win.
Right. Right. I appreciate you even saying that. And my confirmation and what you're saying that you don't even know is Dolo's AKA was purpose. So you
Hmm.
said purpose about 4 or 5 times. And each time
Okay.
my heart just felt the hugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that's what's
always
up.
look for,
Hmm.
so yeah, I always look for, for that word, that word, you done said a word. You could
Hmm.
have said anything else,
and,
but you use purpose, and I appreciate that. But I appreciate you sharing that too, because it is important, and I am transparent. Sometimes and I cry out loud. So the same way we loved out loud, I may be on, a Facebook Live crying. I may be receiving an award, giving out a scholarship, whatever it is. But I don't let people think that. Don't get these tears twisted. This is just the transparency of the hurt. But I'm okay. I'm all right.
Hmm.
But you got to see that this pain is real. But I have
Yeah.
to keep going. My hashtag is no red lights.
right on.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Another
Mm.
thing, we definitely stay humble and grateful.
Yes, always. Always.
Stay humble and grateful. But it's it's some people. It's like anything you get that you can do something you really love doing, and you get paid for it. You could
Mhm.
take care of your family, and it's a humbling experience. It's grateful, and
Yeah,
just the
fact.
hearts with and the audience. That's grateful to us. It really is.
Mhm. It
Hey, so
sure is.
what is this award called again?
Called the Tender Love Award.
The Tender Love Award. I done named it Love is a House Award. I keep telling all kinds of different names, but
The Tender Love Award,
Tender Love
Melody.
Award. Yes, thank you so
Nice.
much. I'm on Facebook Live too, so it's a few people on here that's shouting y'all out. We got Sandra
Yeah.
Stokes, we got Alicia. Thank you for the congratulations, Tiffany, my
Yeah.
cousin Rita. Like they out here because we do this every Tuesday, and we go live and then we come out with an edited podcast version. So our Zoom is being recorded, and we'll definitely share it again.
And listen, if you win another award, it'll be called the Here I Go Again Award.
Oh,
Here I go again. So yeah, let's talk about some of these
yes.
hits. So wait, so who? And I don't know if the members are here or not, but she said Stevie D. She said you look better than me, but I got the money.
Yeah.
Said Jesse D. Jesse
Love
D.
to happiness.
So yeah, so what's so dope about y'all, and I was telling this to Darlene, even like with Puffy, that you guys are the soundtracks to our childhood. You know what I mean? So when we're hearing "Forgive Me, Girl,"
Yep.
um, "Tender Love," "Tears," all these songs, it's like, I could tell you where I was, what I was doing, at different eras. So that's just so dope to even be on the phone with you guys and be on a Zoom with you guys and being given an award from you guys. That's, it's serious business. I don't take that lightly. I'm flattered and I'm honored, you
I
know.
tell you quick.
Uh,
Can I say something
go
real quick?
ahead. Mm-hmm.
Tickled me. I don't know why. Like just like you just talked. Say a lot of people love. Oh, my favorite song is "Let Me Love." Mine is "Forgive Me, Girl." Mine is "Tears." I love "Tender Love." I like "Love Is a House." We get that a whole lot. But Ruben Studdard, the singer Ruben Studdard, winner of American Idol,
Uh-huh.
he's on a Tom Joyner cruise. with him one time, and he he says, "Hey guys, man, I love your music, man. You know what my favorite song is that y'all made?" And we just knew he was gonna say "Tender Love." I was out. He said, "Itching for a Scratch."
Oh, wow.
Like what?
Itching for a scratch. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I forgot about that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Itching for a scratch.
that
Yeah.
was a hit. Even or not, that was a big hit for us. "Itching for a Scratch." I know it sounds crazy,
Was that like
Yeah.
one of the first songs?
huh? Excuse me.
Was that like one of the first songs?
No, no, that came after Tears.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Big, that
That
was
was itching for a scratch.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I remember it.
The movie soundtrack too. It was in a movie called Rapid. It was in the soundtrack, and we was in the movie ourselves. So
Right.
yeah.
you know, it wasn't big in New York, but around the country, it was a huge record. We didn't think we was just joking around making that record, and it became a big hit. It's like wow.
So does
Yeah.
everybody write? Who's the
You know,
writers group?
yeah, not on all the songs. A lot, all the earlier songs we wrote on "Let Me Love You," "Forgive Me, Girl," "Tears."
Did y'all do New Jack City too? Wait, did y'all do New
Yeah.
Jack City? Yeah, okay. Okay. I remember.
So
Okay.
how much creative control did y'all have back in those days? And well, how much creative control did you have being a group? Like, did you have to conform to whatever they wanted, or were you able to express yourselves the way you wanted to?
Okay, now this is the first. First of all, this is the first catch situation that everybody is super shocked when they hear our story. This is why when we do come out with something, people's going to learn so much more about us. A lot of those earlier songs, "Tears," "Here I Go Again," were produced by a white woman, Tommy Boy Records' wife. Her name is Robin Kaplan.
Okay.
She was like the vanilla soul. She knew her music. She knew that soul music, and she let us come with words, and we put songs together. And she made a lot of our big, nice, couldn't care less. She made a lot of our good, really great songs. But the first black producers that we ever had, that was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis with "They Tend to Love." And
Oh, nice.
look,
Is she still
right,
alive? She's
huh?
still
Yeah, still alive.
Yeah.
Now, I just say because nothing with race. I'm just saying that, like white people, some white people got a lot of soul, and two white guys, I gotta say, from London, England, produced "Love Is a House."
Yeah.
wow.
Listen, you see my BK on here looking just as bright as can be. I said his name is Mix Rubin. He
Yeah,
got soul. He just did a show that was just crazy. You know what I mean? So we can't sleep. Creativity doesn't have a color.
That's
thank
right. That's right.
very much. That's what I'm saying. She just said, "Hey, y'all sing it the way y'all sing it. I'll direct it," and she directed it, and everything she touched, really did really good, well for her, us and her. So we all
Man, you gotta look her up.
salute Robin Happel starting us off with, and Mr. Magic is definitely a key thing, key element to our career because he
Yes.
who discovered us on the Staten Island Ferry singing, and he brought us to Tommy Boy Records, and he
Nice.
sang a cappella. We had no demos. Just do what you just did on that boat. Sing that stuff you always doing on that boat. We did it. Tommy Boy blew him away, and he signed us on the spot. And I know some of y'all are curious about. I'm just giving y'all the breeze through. Some
Yeah.
of y'all are curious about why did y'all come up with those Letterman sweaters? We first came up the F Solar sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
That right? Y'all remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
we was when we was at Tom Silverman's house. He was like trying to figure out what can I do with you guys. You guys, you do hip hop, you do R&B. He was all over. You guys do it all. So he liked our harmonies. He felt we had a doo wop style of harmonies. He liked our harmonies. He said, "Don't you guys remind me of? You guys remind me of Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers." And he showed us an album cover, and my brother TC was a big fan. "Oh man, I love them, man. Yeah. He said, "Hey, I should make you like the new version of Frankie Lyman and Teenagers, but I'm gonna call it doo wop hip hop." That's started. Even put the processes back in it. That's when we knew he's going too far. Like, all right, man, let's go. Process. But we let it go for whatever. But
So where'd the name Force MDs come from?
I have to break that down. Okay. When we came up, we was called the LDs at first. Me, my brother Khalil, my brother TC, and Uncle Jesse D. We used to sing on the Staten Island Ferry, blah blah blah. That was a big part of our career, singing on that ferry, getting money. That was our motto. If you're broke, hit the boat.
Boat. Mm-hmm.
So me myself, I was also in a rap group called the Force MCs. DJ
I
Doc.
remember the Force MCs.
Yeah. So we was making a we came to Bridge. I think came to Connecticut. Connecticut back in the day.
Wait a minute, didn't y'all do Stanford High when Lisa
Yes.
Jane was there? I remember I was at that concert.
We were there too.
I was at that.
What? So
Yep,
y'all
I
ain't.
remember that.
So y'all ain't that young. You know, I gotta do a reevaluation right now. Y'all ain't that young then.
No,
No,
I'm 55 and proud.
Hey.
yeah,
We are and proud.
So
That's
yeah.
right.
70s babies.
we made a name for ourselves. Me and Mercury, and my cousin came on later on, K1 with Dr. Rock. We made a name for ourselves as Dr. Rock and the Force MCs. The only, crucial right here, the only group from Staten Island that ever went to the boroughs in hip hop. Way before Wu-Tang. I'm talking about, we was that hip hop group underground making a lot of noise. And when Mr. Magic discovered us on the boat, he didn't know that I was one of the Force MCs also, because our name was getting out there. And my brother Khalil, he made a decision at that time, went into the mosque, him and his wife, and he didn't go to that auditions. Khalil just came back to the group. He'd been in the group before everybody, but he went to the mosque at that time. So when he left, I put Mercury in the LDs, and then Trisco, he's the fifth member. We seen him on the boat on our way to that Tommy Boy audition, and he was in a group in Staten Island called Cook Corporation. He was like the little dude, like little Frankie Lyman, but he had a Rick James voice instead of little squeaky voice. He had a Rick James, and he was the standout in that group. And he seen us on our way to Tommy Boy Records for that audition. He said, "Where you guys going?" I said, "We're going to audition Tommy Boy Records, man." I said, "Damn, I want to come with y'all, man. Oh, you in a group already?" His magic words was, "Man, we broke up." Uh-oh. We broke up. That was the luckiest boat ride he ever took. He got on that boat with us and joined the group on the boat. So me, TC, Jesse, Mercury, and Trisco went to Tommy Boy. We sang. They rehearsed with us because they had to get used to singing. Because Mercury's a rapper, but I got him into singing, so he knows how to hold notes. And Trisco's a great singer, so we all just blended all together. And then when we got to him singing, and he said, "What else you guys do?" I said, "We could rap too." And then when me and Mercury start getting to the Force MCs rap routines, he's like, "Hold it, you guys are Force MCs?" Yes. "Oh my God, I got two groups in one." That's why he put the doo-wop in the hip hop, because Force MCs too. So to get the name, we couldn't call ourselves LDs anymore, because me, me and TC and Jesse represent LDs, but Mercury and Trisco had different last names of Nelson and Pearson. So it didn't match LD. So we used Force to cover everybody's last name. And we couldn't call ourselves Force MCs anymore, use that. So we said, Tommy Boy came up with, "How about Force MDs? Like, you guys are versatile, Force MDs." We did not like the name at first, but we wanted a record deal. We was like, "Yeah, Force MDs, yeah, that's it."
Wow.
That's how we came to Force MDs.
Okay. So where's some of the places where's some of your favorite places that you guys toured? Because I know you've been many places and seen lots of things.
Oh God, man, we've been all over. I gotta say, we toured Madonna overseas. Some of those places was so beautiful. We sung in front of 120,000 people a night. It's like she was on that Michael Jackson level. Not as big as Michael, but she was up there, Madonna, at her height. So we sung in front of. She chose us to. She at a lot of groups. They wanted to open up. She chose us, and that was a blessing. We are forever grateful for Madonna. But I would say overseas, Italy was beautiful, London. But in the States, I gotta say California. I like Houston, Texas, but no place is better than New York City.
No place like there's no place like home.
That's right.
But you know what? They say always like in the music industry, like when you go overseas, the music is much more appreciated. They might not even know what you sing or whatever, but they come out to these concerts and they flood the concerts.
That is
Is that
Yeah.
true?
that's 100% true.
Yeah.
Treat you like kings out there, So it's definitely they show the love, especially Japan. Like Japan,
Hmm.
that's on the top too. Japan, they're so organized and just everything is.
Yeah.
Oh, they got. So it's definitely something that definitely we enjoyed, and it's just the joy we bring to people, man. That's the joy.
Right.
It really
It's a
is.
beautiful thing.
So do you think after the 50 years of hip hop, that it kind of reignited the Force MDs? People started checking for you guys again.
Yeah, well, yeah, they be checking for the Force MCs a lot.
Force MCs.
Yeah,
Okay.
we influenced a lot of those rappers: Busta Rhymes, Run DMC, LL Cool J. Listen to his interviews; they mention Force MCs all the time. Like, Cold Crush, Force MCs. They always say our name.
Yeah.
We made an impact. We made it
Right.
out of little dudes that come out of Staten Island. But we just happy that we became the Force of D's. It was so shocked. Yo, they sound like a real singing group. They sound like a tip. People was like bugging out, like man, because we added all the other elements, my brother, uncle, everybody to the group, and the sound just got crazy. People was like, especially when Tears came out, they said that cannot be the guys that was rapping in Harlem. Hey, But
So Zaim, you still with us?
Yeah.
Nephew, what do you
sorry.
think about having these famous uncles, even though you were just born? How do you feel about hearing the stories you know, and even like hearing us, like me saying that they were the soundtrack to my teenage years and stuff like that? It must be, well, I'm not going to answer it. How does it feel?
Um, it's very inspiring. I hope to leave the same, mark on this planet when it's my time, and I'm very grateful and blessed to be a part of this legacy. And, a lot of people, yo, you got to carry it on. And, I have no problem with that, even though I want to, grow my own legs. But at the same time, just having this weight on my shoulders, it's like, you know what? God gave me this blessing and I'm going to have to, do what it do and represent. So I feel very blessed, very honored. I have fun doing it. It's family. And I appreciate them for bringing me on.
Okay. All right. How does it feel? So, were you doing things prior to them on a different
Yes,
level or what?
I have a solo career. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer. I've been doing my solo stuff for a while. I also work with Ice-T, and we released the album 2 years,
Butter
and
Smooth.
Wait, you
yeah,
released the album when?
Butters-
Because you faded out a little bit. You said you worked with Ice-T when
we
you released an album.
yeah we I work with IT and a gentleman by the name of Nick Benzo, and we released a project called Butter Smooth, where we remade all of Ice-T's favorite slow jams from the '70s and the '80s. And we did records like, Sade and Delphonics and, the
Yeah, it sounds. You have to get that album. Y'all gotta download that. It's called Zion Butter Smooth. It's just
And
Zayn
yeah.
Smooth.
where could they get it on Spotify or where could they download it with what?
It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, I have a web, ZaimMusic.com.
Okay.
So check
What
that
happened to
out
your
as well.
video? We can't see you anymore.
Huh?
We can't see you anymore.
I think
You
he's
can't
in a
see
different
me?
spot. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right.
Y'all
So
can see
who's
me
singing?
now?
So Ice-T produced it and you're singing, or because I know Ice-T don't sing, do we? I thought he was just making the commercials.
He's playing the
Him
drums.
and Vivica Fox.
Ice T's playing the drums. No,
He was playing. He executive produced it. Another gentleman by the name of Mad Rome, a Philippine dude, actually, who replayed all of the instruments to the T. You know, and we recorded the whole album in one day in Arizona. And yeah, man, the album became so dope that we shot a video to the first record, Body and Soul, and
Anita
it
Baker's
shot up to
Body
like
and
over
Soul?
30 some thousand. Huh?
Anita Baker's Body and Soul?
No.
No,
Paul, what's his name?
Soul Generation.
Oh, Soul Generation.
Body and soul, that's the way it's gonna. That joint.
Oh yeah.
So you
Okay.
know,
Oh yeah,
so we
yeah.
uh we 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 did that joint. We got a video that's on YouTube. You can check that out. But yeah, that album is the funny thing about that album is we were just playing around doing a test project to show people the versatility. And as I'm trying to swerve away from the album, it's just it keeps getting reintroduced to people, and everybody needs that sound. Everybody's looking for that sound. Now we got the October Londons and all these other guys that's actually coming to do these sounds. So now it's like something's telling me, Z, you need to kind of play with the sound a little more. So we got some more stuff we working on, and I'm working on a virtual concert right now, and that's we're working on that right now, so that way you guys can really get a nice home concert if anything else go down in this country.
Okay. Well, we
Nice.
appreciate that and your consideration, your forward thinking. Now
Mhm.
that sounds exciting though. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. I'm proud of you and happy for you. That's dope.
Thank you,
Yep.
thank you very much.
When you hear it, trust me, when you hear it, you'll see what we're talking about.
Yes, indeed.
So what are you guys doing with the music? I mean, are you still touring? Obviously you're doing shows because you'll be here, but are your
Oh,
shows
we always we all over. We gonna be in Atlanta. We in Texas. We always performing.
Newark, Newark.
We gonna be in Newark, NJ Pack. We gonna be in NJ Pack. We gonna be at with Atlantic City with the Whispers. We always performing. You know, what I mean, we everywhere. You know,
okay? Oh, I
What's the
like
date
that.
again? What's the date again for the award ceremony, Mel?
May 18th,
And that's on a what day is that on?
Sunday.
Sunday. And it's
Oh,
a day party. So
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Guys, for the
The,
listeners,
the
doors
Lord's
open
Day.
at 4 p.m. Showtime is at from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. I was
Force
gonna
M.D.
say I thought it was earlier. I remember you left the flyer at the salon. I was gonna invite them to our karaoke.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
we won't be having karaoke. We do a
Yeah, that
karaoke
day.
Sunday every Sunday too.
Oh,
And
that's
shout
cool.
out to Tiffany Tizell. I'm not sure if you guys spoke to her yet, but she'll be performing this night too.
Oh,
Watch
Yeah.
Yeah,
sings
yeah.
her face off. Have you heard her before?
I heard her. Yeah, G, let me hear music. She sounds real good. She's good.
Yeah,
She's talented.
yeah, she's dope. She's
Yeah, she's
real
Yeah.
dope.
dope. So I'm excited that she's a part of it. She's gonna be performing. She's a Boogie Down Bronx girl.
boogie down.
She's coming with, yeah, she's coming with it with all that energy. She's dope.
Mhm.
She's in Connecticut now, but she was there at karaoke Sunday also. And me, her, and another guy, Vaughn Live, we Sugar Hill Gang. So
Oh,
we did Rapper's Delight, you know.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah. So Darlene was bringing that up because if the party wasn't in the daytime, it would have been nice to have you at our karaoke,
oh,
and we do an 80s theme,
mm.
one
So,
of those themes.
What,
Yeah.
what was that? What's this? What was that in the daytime?
It's in the daytime from 4 to 9.
Yeah, that's the same time as the event, right?
Yeah, the doors open at 4 and showtime is 6 to 8. Why
Mhm.
y'all trying to get it in before showtime now?
We have to bring them one day. That'll be nice.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
one
we
day.
see
Like
that
if you're
they
in the area, if you're in the area, come through. Because that's our goal later on too. It's a great thing. It's growing. So later on, we do want to, bring some music people through.
Yep, and we have a
Nice.
fire DJ Sammy B. You know, he stayed buzzing. He stays with us. He does a lot of events, a lot of my events.
You
He's
talking about
my
Sammy B from the Jungle Brothers?
no,
Oh,
no,
oh,
no, no. But that's dope that you said that. No,
yeah.
I'm talking about Sammy B from Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay.
Okay, Stanford. Okay.
Yeah, he's from Stanford, but he gets busy. You know, he does his thing. He did our boots on the ground. He does the karaoke Sunday. I have a pop-up roller skating rink. He's the DJ for that. You know, that'd be kind of dope too. Maybe we could do an
Yeah.
old roller skating show
Yes.
because
That's
where
an
I seen
excellent
y'all
idea.
at when I was younger was at Bridgeport Roller Dome. We went to
Okay.
Bridgeport, yep. We went to Bridgeport to see the Force M.Ds. And when Tears came on, everybody lost it. That was it.
Speaking of boots on the ground, we have a show with him this weekend, right, y'all? Sunday, right?
Yeah, in Maryland. Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, with 803 Fresh.
803 Fresh. Yep.
We've
Okay.
been trying to get in contact with them. They ain't call us back yet.
I think he's booked. I think he's booked all the way to 2026, right, Steve?
Yeah, I was telling her that before too.
Yeah.
But if they're in the area, you know, they'll make it happen.
Yeah, if
Mhm.
it's a day, if it's such a thing as one day that somebody cancel, he's available and y'all with him. Look, holler for your girl now. Holler for little sis.
Okay, shoot.
Yep.
He got it. He got it on fire right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean everybody. You see, I'm like, I practiced that, y'all.
So I wonder,
Trying to
I'm
put my
trying to
fan.
think. I wonder who's doing the show that Rita's coming to
I don't know.
down
I'm
here.
gonna ask her.
Yeah.
Ask her when we get off the phone. But yeah, guys, I don't want to keep you on, you know, and we all got stuff to do. I'm just so grateful. Do you guys want to say anything before
Yeah.
we sign off?
Yeah, listen, we want everybody that's in Bridgeport, Waterbury, Stratford, Stanford. We want to see y'all there. Don't beat us there.
Don't
Don't
leave
meet.
Norwalk out.
No. Don't meet us there. Beat us
Yes.
there. All right.
Right. And shout out to the people in Norwalk too. You skipped
Yes.
right over Norwalk and went to Stanford and Bridgeport.
Yeah, you know, shout out to G, my man G.
Yes.
Shout out to my man Terrible T. I know Terrible T for like forever. I know him.
Hey,
Yeah, Terrible T. And shout out to what's his name? The Huckabee. What's his name? Gary Huckabee, what's his name?
Yeah. Let me see, Jesus.
Yeah.
Daryl Huckabee.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl Huckabee.
94.3.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl. And shout out to you, Melody, and shout out to you. I forgot her name again. The other one, the dog.
Darlene.
Darlene.
Uh-huh.
All I gotta think of the dog, Darlene. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I see how you doing it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the Tender Love Award. I really appreciate it,
Yes, it's
guys.
10 lower word. And you deserve it. You
Yes,
know what I
she
mean?
So
do.
much.
Yes, she do.
serve it.
I'll be there. I'm gonna come see y'all.
Yeah, come on through.
Yo,
Don't be
shout out to the sound man too. BK, what up, man?
Yes,
Stand to the
BK.
sound.
What up?
Stand to the sound guy, man. All right.
Thank you, BK. Thank you for that shout for BK too. And we appreciate you, BK. We appreciate you guys. And that's it. Anybody that's listening, we have tickets. I have tickets, and if you get them from me, they're a little bit cheaper. Okay, before the night of. Don't wait until that Sunday and say, Sweets, where the tickets? Okay, I need y'all to get the tickets now. So
Yeah.
and be there and let's support and let's have a great time.
That's
Force
right.
MDs. Thank you so
That's
much.
right.
God
Right.
bless you guys. Thanks for all you bring to the music, all you have done for the music and just everything. You know, coming up, the Force MCs and the Force MDs, the LDs, all that. Zayn, the family.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you guys. All right. God bless you guys. And I'll see you on May 18th.
There you
Big
go.
love.
Right.
All right.
Yes. Peace
And we will
love.
see you next Tuesday, same time, guys. So you make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to our podcast.
That's right. Great job, y'all.